here to get us updated on some of the bigger spring developments on campus, ESPN.com's Joe Schad. Joe, we're going to start with the guy everybody's talking about, especially after the draft, because he wasn't there, Tim Tebow. What's going on? What's he doing to improve his game for this year?
Well, he wants to make sure that he's ready to be an NFL starting quarterback by the time next year's draft comes. And his teammates are telling me that he is a much better passer right now. He's worked on his throwing motion. Their senior wide receiver, David Nelson, tells me that Tebow is throwing the ball quicker and that he has tighter spirals. And the reason is he's adjusted his throwing motion with his new quarterbacks coach, Scott Loeffler. His offensive coordinator, Steve Addazio, tells me he's adding tools to the toolbox. Those are fundamental tools. He's much more comfortable under center. He's working on his dropbacks. And like I said, instead of that sidearm delivery, Dana, he's now going over the top.
It'll be a huge difference for him come next spring. USC, what's going on with their quarterback situation?
Well, at the end of the spring, sophomore Aaron Corp emerged as the starter, and he's the least well-known name of the three contenders. Freshman Matt Barkley will be a star. Junior Mitch Mustain seemed to be on the verge of stardom when he was at Arkansas. What Pete Carroll loves about Corp is that he threw only one interception all spring. He's very smart. He knows the playbook. That doesn't eliminate the possibility of Barkley starting in the future because Pete Carroll thinks that he's even more advanced than any of the quarterbacks he had previously when they were freshmen, guys like Sanchez and Leinart.
How about Terrell Pryor at Ohio State? How has he looked?
Well, he looked fabulous in the spring.
Bad news for me.
he threw touchdown passes of 44 and 42 yards. And after the spring game, Dana, he wanted all Michigan fans to know that the world saw I can throw the football, and he can, and he's going to throw it more. His quarterbacks coach, Joe Daniels, tells me that he's worked on his footwork. He has a better knowledge of the offense. He's worked on his release point. He kind of slipped us into some bad habits at the end of last season, but he's really cleaned those up. He added 8 to 10 pounds of strength, getting ready for the Michigan game. And even though he's only a sophomore, he has emerged as a team leader already.
I think he's getting ready for a USC game maybe before that. Jake Locker at Washington, he's getting a little help, you say.
Well, one of the reasons that Jake Locker went to Washington is because he wanted to play in the shotgun formation. He wanted to run the football. Well, that didn't work. They didn't win a game last year, although he was injured, so we can't blame him too much. But they bring in the new coach, Steve Sarkisian, and he is a better passer. He was very accurate in the spring game. Told me after the spring game he feels he's never been more accurate. His goal this year is to complete 60%. You see here on the graphic, only 49%. But he is really a lot more accurate. Tells me that his thumb is also feeling great.
Fantastic. Joe Schad, great notes as always. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dana.